Welcome to TAOGYOW, or as I like to say, the art of going your own way. Prepare yourself and listen. Ready? Begin. I kid on that intro, but today, lesson 2. I'm going to reiterate a few things and then we'll get into it. So, most people will reject these things until they're ready to learn them. The sooner you understand that the world owes you nothing, the sooner you'll start seeing results. Just as a side note, these are only suggestions and will not always give you the results you expect, but they'll enhance your chance for success in pretty much any circumstance. As you listen to them, you'll see how they overlap and they're intertwined with each other. These things we speak of are not in any order of importance. First, rejection. The hardest thing to accept is rejection, but it's an indicator of your standing and allows you to change your circumstances. If you find you're consistently being rejected, it's time to evaluate why. Is it the way you're doing things? Is it the people you associate with? Reflect, change, and adapt. You want to avoid circumstances that push you down and don't allow you to grow. If you find yourself being rejected all the time, again, you need to move out of that situation because that is not a growth situation for you. Be it with your job, be it with relationships, whatever. Time to think, time to make those steps and move in another direction. It's not going to happen right away, but it will happen and you'll find yourself in a better place. With rejection, the next topic is forgiveness. You need to understand that you're not perfect, so don't expect perfection from others. Each person has their own set of skills which will differ from yours. You have to forgive your own mistakes and learn from them. Forgive others' faults and learn to work with them in the capacity that they can handle. If you're listening to this, I can only assume that you're a higher intelligent person because you're looking for answers. Stupid people, people of low IQ, they just keep muddling through doing the same things over and over and over again. Your path is trying to gain knowledge so that you can move forward, but you're constantly hit with this feeling of why? Why does this keep happening and stuff? And you wonder, is it you? Well, yes, it is, because you lack understanding of human nature. And at this point in time, look at your life. Forgive yourself and forgive others for the things that have happened. Steel yourself, and it's time to change. It's time to move forward. Taking these lessons that I'll be talking about to heart and implementing them will change your life. They've changed mine. I've written this probably about 4 or 5 years ago, and I've implemented them. I got to tell you, this is the best year that I've had in many, many years. And it's all because those seeds have been planted in my own essence and soul, and they're springing forth right now. That leads me to the next topic, which is, it's okay until it's not okay. The hardest thing to do is let go of petty issues, but petty is all they are. Is everything in your life a crisis? If so, you need to rethink what a crisis is. Let go of the minor stuff. What you consider a big deal may have no consequence and will only get in the way of your pursuit of happiness and ultimate joy. We're here to experience both good and bad things in life. All events, interactions, and things are neutral that happen to us. But it's how we react to or allow ourselves to be affected by them is what gives them a good or bad connotation. Just be aware and learn to let go. There's a story about a monk who had a student that would follow him around every day. And part of the training was this monk would make the student carry a very heavy log. And they would go on miles after miles worth of hiking
through dense forest, up mountains. And finally, after quite a while, the student said to the master, "Master, I've been carrying this heavy log for such a long time. I am so tired. How much farther must I go?" The monk looked at the student and said, "I was wondering when you were going to ask. I want to know, what is your answer to this question? What is the easiest thing to do when carrying a heavy load?" And the student thought about it, and he said to the master, "To let go." The master looked at the student, the monk, and said, "Now you are learning. You let go. You don't burden yourself with these things. Now, sometimes you have to carry that load for a while. There's nothing you can do about it. It's just the way it is. But know that you can let go at any time. But letting go sometimes is going to have repercussions. So it's best to have an endpoint in mind where you can actually set that down instead of carrying these heavy loads like a dumbass or a pack mule where you're waiting for somebody else to unburden you. And when you wait for somebody else to unburden you, that time is farther out than you could possibly imagine. Be the master of your destiny and unburden yourself from these things. We're going to look at this one, probably the last. And the next one is balance and harmony. When you learn to balance your life, you'll see that you no longer live from crisis to crisis. The old adage that too much of a good thing is bad for you is true. When you limit the highs, you also limit the lows in your life. I'm sure you'll see this topic really complements the other keys. Letting go of anger, regret, negative aspects of a situation will allow you to make space in your life for the things like happiness, satisfaction, joy, and contentment. Balance and harmony is a pursuit. It's not a given. I like the adage of letting things run off you like rainwater, because ultimately what you carry inside you is going to define you. If you're bitter and angry all the time, it's going to show on the outside. I had a conversation with a friend, and we were talking about how some people, you meet them, and when they're younger, they're beautiful. As life hits them and they hold that anger inside, the ugly comes out, and you can see it. So, think about these things. Try to implement them in your life. See where they fit in. Reflect. That's how you will grow. This will end today's lesson. Thank you. And remember, there is an art to going your own way. Gentlemen, have a good day.